Soundcore sent these out to me. They send out a lot of the products that I get, but they're so confident in their items that they don't care what I have to say about them. So I'm here to tell you what I think of the new Spirit Dot 2s. These have been eagerly awaited. I've been asked and asked about these for months now, and now they're here. Let's find out what I think. So first thing out of the way is, these do work great on both iOS and Android. Normally you can get it where they don't sound quite as good on a iOS device and they sound better on Android, because you have the graphic equalizer, and don't get me wrong, you can make them sound different with that graphic equalizer on Android, but they do sound equally as good on standard settings as what they do on Android on an iPhone. So that's a positive straight away, because I've had quite a few headphones where there's been a big disparity between them where they sound like totally different earbuds or headphones, and not with these though. So you've got that comfort knowing that they both sound just as well as each other. These also come with Bluetooth 5.0, so pretty new. I think it's the latest, maybe 5.1 is the latest, or whether it's even got anywhere yet, but these have 5.0. So what you're going to get there is a rock solid connection. You know you're not going to have any issues with that. I can get around 20 feet in my house, maybe 22 to 25 sometimes, but a solid connection for 20 feet at least. Start getting to around 25, it can start to break up, but I don't have any issue with that. I think that's a pretty decent range. Going 20 feet away from your cell phone is quite a long way when you're just left it on your own, like I've done before, and left it on a park bench, got home and then remembered, and I don't know how, but it was still there when I got back. Way to go, Dan. Another good thing about these is, and this has been an issue on lots of earbuds in the past, lots and lots, the YouTube app. You get no lag with these at all on the YouTube app on iOS, which is something that has been an issue for a long time when it comes to using the YouTube app on iOS. Obviously no lag on the Android version of YouTube, so yeah, no problems there. Also when you're watching movies, anything like that, listening to podcasts, everything's nice and clear. Anything with a visual aspect is really good. Gaming, you get that slight lag, but that's just Bluetooth for you. There's not a lot you can do about that. You're going to get that all the time with current Bluetooth technology. But as for watching videos, Google Play movies, movies on your iTunes, things like that, no lag from voice to picture. So yeah, that's a bonus. And if you're wondering why I look different, I'm wearing my contacts again. It's like the second time ever. It's very off-putting. I didn't even remember. I'm just like, oh, I normally wear my glasses for my reviews, so I can look a little bit more sophisticated. Unfortunately, not today. Let's talk about the case. The case I find really important. A lot of people gloss over the cases, and I think when you're looking at true wireless earbuds, the case is a really important factor, because on some earbuds like Skull Candy, they put an enormous case to put your earbuds in, and it's just not really pocketable, or it is pocketable, you can pocket it, but it's just uncomfortable and it just protrudes, and it's just, someone wears a Skull Candy set of earbuds and you look at them, you're like, are you wearing Skull Candies, or are you happy to see me? Not these though. These use a really slim case. Soundcore are good with the cases, really are. And this is a good quality case as well. Now, if you remember on the Sonys, I just reviewed their $130 XB700s, the case on them, the top lid is just disgusting. It's disgusting how cheap the materials are that used on those Sonys. And I mentioned in that video that, you got the likes of Soundcore doing a lot cheaper, but offering far more premium materials. And they just are. The case on this is slimmer, it's lighter, it's more pocketable, it's got a sliding lid, a lot like the Liberty Air 2. Sorry, no, the Liberty 2 Pro. I always get confused with my Liberties. Whew. Anyway, but yeah, like the Liberty 2 Pro, it's got the sliding lid, which is real nice. I really like that. It's not a feature as such, but something I enjoy. Just something about going and pulling out the earbuds. You know what I'm saying? And they're nice and white inside, so you can see everything that's going on there when the earbuds are in there. Earbuds aren't in there at the moment because I'm going to show you what they look like when they're in. And this is great. Let's get on to that now. So when it comes to the earbuds, they're really small. They're smaller than the Galaxy Buds Plus. They've got a lower profile and everything. These are like some of the smallest earbuds I have used that have got good battery life and good sound. Those two things I will get onto more in a moment, but this is them. And you just wouldn't know. Well, you will know that they're in my ear, but my ears are very flat to my head. But as you can see, these things don't hardly protrude. They're great. I love them. They're so discreet, and that's the good thing about the Dots. And this is not what they were made for as such. You know, they are made to be lightweight and nothing heavy because they're workout earbuds. But as a day-to-day, they're fantastic because they're not obtrusive, they don't look silly, and they don't stick out your ears 3 miles. Really impressed. Comfortable as well. They come with a plethora of ear tips. I think you get like 4 different sizes, and then you get 4 different wing tips as well. Super important that you select the right fitment. Make sure before you do anything, you measure these up with your ears, you try different tips on and get them right. I wear 2 different ones, and a lot of people do. I wear a large and a medium. For some reason, I've got a gaping cranium hole here, and this one's not quite as gaping. So yeah, make sure you get the right fitment, because that in itself is probably the single most important thing for you to get real good quality sound quality. Super important. Once you got past that stage though, once they're in your ears, boom, they feel great. Longevity is not a problem. I can wear these for the full amount of battery time that I get out of them, which I'll get on in a little while. These are great. Wear them through my days at work. Love them. Not a problem. Don't get hot. Don't get sore. They're great. So I just touched on battery when it came to the earbuds, but you've also got the case that is battery driven as well. It's got a battery inside there. No wireless charging on these. But what can you expect at this price point? You know, they've given you everything else. So no wireless charging. What you do get with this though is USB-C charging, so you got your fast charging there, and it has the typical Soundcore charge for 10 minutes, get 1 full hour of use. And they only take, if everything's flat, they only take about an hour and a half, 90 minutes to go from 0 to hero, you know what I'm saying? So really good when it comes to battery. Case gives you around 3 more charges, around 16 to 17 hours total time with the buds and this case. So not as good as what Soundcore offer in their Liberty line, but still very good. Battery life when it comes to the buds. These things do really well actually for the size, for the small size that they are. You're getting around, if I listen at about 70%, I'm getting about 5 hours, 40 minutes, but I tend to listen to things on full because I'm getting old and my hearing isn't what it was. And I'm getting about 5 hours, 10 minutes out of these. So I'm really impressed because you got to remember the size of these things. They are very, very small. It's not like they're like a great big thing sticking out of your ear or anything. They're very, very tiny, which is appealing to a lot of people. About anywhere between 5 hours and say 5 hours, 45 minutes, you're probably going to get out of these if you listen at around 70 to full whack. Also depends on phone calls and things, you know, because phone calls do drain batteries. Talking of phone calls, these are just okay when it comes to phone calls. I'm not a big lover of taking phone calls. I say this on all my reviews. Not a big lover of taking phone calls on my earbuds. I'm the kind of guy who'll pull one out, put the phone next to my ear and talk. Don't know why, it's just something I've always done. They're okay. They did say, people that I've spoke to, occasionally it would sound like I had a lisp. I don't have a lisp. Nothing wrong if you have a lisp, but they say it does sound like sometimes I had a lisp. And then if I was somewhere noisy, like in the shop, out back where I work, a lot of background noise was coming through and it was a little harder for them to hear me come through. They do have stereo mics though, 1 on each, so that's a big bonus. But if you work in a quiet environment, this is probably fine for phone calls. If it's something that you're doing all day, every day, and you're using them for long-term phone calls, would you use them? I wouldn't, but that's not why I use earbuds. Another thing these have got is quick connect, and they're great for when you're paired up. So after you've gone through your first initial pairing, which is just regular initial Bluetooth pairing, once you've done that, every time you use them afterwards, as soon as you pull these out of the box, they're already ready to go on your device, and by the time you got them in your ears, your music's rocking, which is great. I love that feature, the quick connect. Like I say, it's not like it's an inconvenience having to set a Bluetooth set of earbuds up. It takes about 5 seconds. So yeah, the quick pairing is awesome. The other good thing about these earbuds is they're also classed as dual connect. So what you can do here is, so I can leave one in the case, put one in my ear and listen to the music, and then I can swap them out and charge the other one and listen to music in this ear. Very good. And the music doesn't stop. So it's continuous listening while you're hot swapping. Really, really good feature. Well done, Soundcore. Soundcore are pretty leading the way when it comes to a lot of things. That's what you'll find when you go back and look at reviews of other stuff that I've done. Soundcore are great when it comes to offering features for bang for your buck. So as these are aimed at working out, I mean, look at me, I'm not exactly the workout guy. I used to work out a lot, but not anymore. My working out consists of eating cheeseburgers and looking for the best chicken nugget. But these are made for working out as well. That's why you've got the ear fins, so they stay in your ears, and they do stay in your ears. They don't come out. I'll show you just quickly that they do not come out. Once these are in, they're in, which is unusual for earbuds. Normally I can shape my big head and they'll go flying out. They also have a voice audio cue when you put them on to let you know how your battery is, so which is also good. But these ain't coming out anywhere. So, ooh, I'm a bit fat and old for that. I'm a bit dizzy now. I'm going to go right back. I'll be back in a minute. I need to lay down. I'm back from laying down. So yeah, they stay in your ears, no problem. They're also IPX7 rated, which is great for when you're working out. So you got some really great water resistance when it comes to these things. Sweat, rain, anything like that, not a problem. Drop them in the water. Oops. Pull them out, let them dry out. They're going to be just fine. Would you go swimming in them? No, I don't think anyone should get in the shower or go swimming with electronics. But IPX7 water resistance, very, very, very capable when it comes to wet occasions. Get your mind out the gutter. Sound quality. That's what you're here for after all. Everyone wants to know how these sound. Soundcore bring it. Every time they release a product, they bring it, or they have since I've started reviewing them anyway. They bring it, and these are no different. These bring it just as good as anything else they've released. Bass. If you like bass, these are bass forward. They are a boosted bass, very dynamic sound, but the bass doesn't spill into your mids and your details still stay there in the high. If you've seen my playlist, I listen to all kinds from country, rock, rap, old school, just all kinds of stuff, pop, you name it, I've got it on my playlist. And these sound really well, no matter what you're listening to. Now, if you are listening to something that's bass heavy, like, excuse me, I'm from England, so we have music called garage. It's garage in England, but yeah, if you listen to garage, EDM, things like that, these are going to sound great. You're going to listen to hip hop that's got that, that real good hummy bass. These are going to sound fantastic. You're not going to be disappointed with these when it comes to sound quality. They are very exceptional at the price point they are. Okay, Dan, what's the catch? There's got to be something that you don't like. And there's a couple of things. The weirdest one, well, this isn't weird really. There's no volume controls on these, and that's the way it is with a lot of earbuds. These are touch sensitive, no volume controls. I don't think Soundcore can really do anything about that because, I'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, no volume controls. But the really weird one, I can't skip back a track. I don't know why. Just can't. I can skip forward, play, pause, answer calls, Google Assistant, you name it, I can do it, but I cannot go back whatsoever. Which is a shame, because when I hear a song that I really like and it goes off, 8 times out of 10, I'm going to go back and listen to it again if I've enjoyed it. Keep that in mind. I don't know whether it's possible to fix them. I just don't see how, but yeah, there are 2 problems there straight off the bat. The other problem is no app support, and this is what I was just getting to when I said I'll explain in a minute. These don't connect to the app. It's only your Liberty line, like your Liberty 2 Pro, Liberty Air 2, things like that connect to the app, which is a shame, but I can understand it as well because they're trying to meet a certain sound point and they probably use different kinds of chipsets, but no app connectivity. So that means it's going to be difficult to upgrade these to add a back button or skip back, or so I don't know how they would do that with no app integration. App integration isn't a game changer for me because they do sound really well. For some of you it could be, especially with that backtrack missing, but no app support. So let's just get that out of the way. App support is for the Liberty line, and that's just the way it is. And the other negative really, and it's not really a negative because I don't even use it, but some people will turn their nose up and be like, oh, there's no wireless charging. Boom. There's no wireless oh my God, the world's going to end because there's no wireless charging. Shut up. All right, there's no wireless charging. Some of you are not going to like that. I don't care. They got USB-C and they got quick charge. If you can't spend, if you've run these down to 0, which is bizarre in itself if you do, but if you have, just plug them in for an hour and a half while you're sleeping. And if you say that's not possible, then when do you sleep? Okay, so do I recommend these? Hell yeah. They're a class leader when it comes to this price point. Sound fantastic, really great audio, super comfortable with no issues with hurting after a while or getting hot or anything like that. Low profile, small, don't look stupid in your ears, don't stick out a mile away. Really good connectivity. Case is great, quick charge, just built really well. They have got that Soundcore factor. Soundcore, for me, bring it. I can't wait to see what 2020 and 2021 brings for Soundcore. For me, these are the #1 audio brand when it comes to listening to your typical music every day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're out there for the purists and things like that. It's a totally different line. You're talking hundreds of dollars. These are the #1 for the casual audio listener who just likes to listen to their dynamic music. Soundcore are great. I'm just going to say it off the bat. I've not had a bad product from them, whether I bought it or received it, and I don't see that changing any further. I am, however, going to do a video on what I'd like to see on the Generation 3 of the Liberties, the Airs and the Pros. So keep your eye open for that. If you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Let me see what you're looking for out of the next generations of the Soundcore Liberty line. But yeah, overall, these are great. Links are down there. Go buy them. You're not going to be disappointed. English Dan approved. All right, guys. New camera, new audio from DT, Sony ZV-1, and new earbuds. Oh, and new contact lenses again. Everything's new tonight, so yeah. All right, just thought I'd tell you that. Out.